This is Obi-Wan Hodolobi. I'm coming at you today to talk about a pattern that I've been seeing recently in this bullish market structure. Just recently I came out and talked about a video on Ripple and how on the monthly it is bearish. However, currently on the weekly and the dailies we are in bullish structure. So how do we take advantage of these dips to buy on the way up? And so here's the most recent rally prior to today's 6% gain. I missed that personally. Just had some things going on at work, didn't get a chance to get my orders in. But here's a way that you could have gotten in. So here we had the rejection from the high. This is when I had put my short out on Twitter, and we had come down, come down, come down. Once we got to this bullish order block, again, a place where smart money was buying in order to move price up. Once we hit into that structure, you can see that there was a strong reaction that tells us that there's still a lot of buying going on at this level. And we are slowly coming down. You'll notice that the selling isn't very strong here. It's a slow move up, slow move down, which is telling us that there is a lot of buying going on. So where's the next place that you would look? Well, you look at the next structure. And so this would be the next bullish order block on the 50-minute time frame. You notice that once we tapped in here, we had a strong reaction. We broke through, came back in, strong reaction, but still weak, right? You see how we're still getting lower highs. But here, on this return here, we don't get lower. We do come out of the box. We come down again. Notice how we're forming a new level of support. And when these highs are broken here, you can see that the market structure is starting to shift. Okay, so if you had your orders here, you might have been able to catch this move up. However, that's not what I would have played. When we saw this really strong reaction from here, when price comes back into this level, there's two things that are gonna happen. Either price is gonna do what it did, where it dipped into the level and then had a strong reaction off, and notice how this reaction here matches the selling down. Or the other thing that you might have seen would have been something where it broke through the level, came back up, and then came back down. But that's obviously not what happens. So in this case, when we notice that it doesn't go down and we have a strong reaction off, this is, again, personally for me, the way that I trade, I would not have gotten in at this particular level. Where I would have gotten in personally would have been right here. So we had this strong reaction off that level. That shows me that we are not going lower. And so I would have looked to see, well, what was the last support that was turned resistance? And so what that, to me, is this area right here. Okay. We had support, broke through resistance, broke through, now it becomes resistance. We break through it again. And when we come back to test it, because this area had already shown us that we are not willing to go lower, it is safe to assume that we are not going to go lower here, and that's where I would have put my bids in. Again, I missed this move, but I've been using this pattern on the entire way up with being able to have a really short, tight stop and being very, very successful at this. And if you had gotten into that position, you would see that you would have made out really big. So again, unfortunately, I didn't get into that position, but you had, if you had gotten in on that idea alone, you're looking at potentially an 8% gain. So you don't get them all, but you should have a plan of attack for when you see certain patterns. And so right now we're just kind of seeing a new range develop, and we're just kind of watching that range to see what happens. And when you see these range plays, if you do decide to play it, you want to really kind of make sure that you're going towards the extremes. Don't be trading someplace in the middle. That's how people are going to be losing money if you're trading someplace in the middle. So make sure that you're only doing your buys and sells on the outside of the ranges. All right, that's it. Good luck. Happy trading. Be safe.